From a rapper who got beat up to another who got hunted by a dangerous cartel, here are 13 of the wildest moments between fake rappers and real gangsters. Rick Ross thought he could shout out gang leaders in his music like a boss.
3 people that rock this started: Jules, GD, Illuminati. GD, folk! GD, folk! You not Jew, you not GD, so I guess the Illuminati got you. D-Cypher! D-Cypher!
But the gangster disciples had other plans for him. In 2010, he dropped his BMF, Blowin' Money Fast, where he said, "I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover," a reference to the founder of the gangster disciples. Larry Hoover Jr., son of the GD founder, wasn't going to allow Rick to just mud his dad's name or use it while he fought federal drug charges. Worse, Ross would be profiting off the gang without any permission or respect. So Larry spoke to Kevin Clayton, the GD's main chief, who saw a chance to flex his power.
Like I said, man, this ain't got nothing to do with the chief. This ain't got nothing to do with Lil Larry. This is brother of the struggle, boss. You see it, boss? You know what I'm saying? Rick Ross. You know what I mean? We need that cash. We need that cash now. We need that cash right now.
Clayton rallied gangster disciples members to pressure Ross into paying extortion money. Videos came up showing GD members in different states warning Ross that he needed to cut a check or face some serious consequences. At first, Ross tried to play tough, claiming on radio interviews that he was a real boss who didn't bow to extortion. He went on mocking the GDs, saying, "Ain't no checks getting cut," and dismissing their warnings as games. So, how did they react? Well, in January 2013, while driving in Fort Lauderdale after celebrating his 37th birthday, some gunmen opened fire on Rick. At least 10 shots hit his Rolls-Royce, forcing him to crash into an apartment building. Luckily, he and his girlfriend survived the crash. In the end, while their initial demand was $6 million, Ross eventually paid $3 million to end the beef. TJ6's whole tough guy persona died off when Punch Made Dev ran up on him at the mall and exposed him as a fraud in front of everyone. The scammer-turned-rapper had been talking recklessly online, claiming he was way richer than some rappers and had more aura. Punch Made Dev wasn't feeling TJ6's fake gangster act, so he called TJ6 out publicly, saying the rapper wasn't all he cracked himself up to be and was just another impotent tough guy screaming for attention. Then, he released a diss track called Replicas, mocking TJX6 for being a fraud not just in his music, but in his street name.
Look who running. Lil TJ, bitch-ass nigga. Touch me. Touch me. That's what I thought, bitch-ass nigga. Watch your kids. Don't talk none of that shit on the internet no more. None of that shit on the internet no more. Lil nigga, you had a chance to come outside.
Nothing about that nigga's kids. He had the chance to come outside. I pulled up on him. I said, run the ones. This nigga ain't want to run the ones. He took 5 steps towards the door and turned around and said, he got a gun, he got a gun. That's when I pulled out the video. He don't get no pass with his kids.
Then came the day when Punch met TJX6 at a shopping mall and decided to settle things face to face. In the viral clip, you could hear Punch telling TJX6 to watch his mouth and stop talking on the internet. TJX6 was shaken and tried to make excuses about having his kids with him and needing to leave. Quite the lie for a so-called rapper. When TJX6 later appeared on No Jumper to explain his side, he claimed he wasn't scared, but later admitted that there were 3 people with Dev and that someone had a gun. He also revealed his brother had left right before the incident, leaving him without backup when he got checked. Soulja Boy's attempt to prove he was a gangster in Compton nearly got him jumped by real Piru blood members.
You gotta check in anyway, nigga. I'm catching fades from my big homie Wack, nigga. You dig? And Big Soulja ain't gonna catch no fade cause I'm worth too many M's, you dig?
During his 2017 beef with Chris Brown, Soulja claimed he was from Bompton, Fruittown, Piru, and was a blood gang member who had been gangbanging since he was 11. To back it up, he decided to film a video with actual Fruittown Piru members in Compton. However, this backfired as the gang members weren't willing to play along. One Piru member immediately started questioning Soulja and nearly sparked a fight.
They say Soulja ain't from the hood. They say Soulja ain't from the hood. Get off me though. Oh, yeah, that's like me though. What's happening? Nigga, I'm a, hey. They say Soulja ain't from the hood. Get off me though. Get off me though. What's happening, bro?
Hold on.
Days later, actual Pyru members did interviews completely disowning Soulja Boy. They explained that just because someone pays gang members to appear in a video doesn't make them affiliated with the set. Even more damaging was when Soulja later told Charlemagne he was from Bompton, but admitted he was actually born in Chicago. When pressed about how Compton could be his hood if he wasn't born there, Soulja's explanations became so unconvincing it became clear he was just a big ol' liar. During an Instagram Live with FBG Duck, 6ix9ine boldly claimed he would pull up to O-Block, adding that he wasn't scared of Chicago rappers. True to his word, he actually went to O-Block and filmed a brief video taunting the gang. In the clip, he was standing in front of the notorious housing project at what he claimed was 10 p.m., asking, "Where the fuck y'all know at?" and calling the area No Block in a disrespectful wordplay.
Block right here, this what y'all wanted me in Chicago? This old block right here. I should call this shit No Block. It's 10 o'clock, where the fuck y'all niggas at? Niggas ain't outside. It's only 10 p.m. Where the fuck y'all niggas at, blood?
It seemed brave until surveillance footage revealed the truth. 6ix9ine had actually arrived at O-Block at 3 a.m. when the streets were empty, not at 10 p.m. as he claimed. He stayed for approximately 15 seconds, just long enough to record his disrespectful clip, then immediately fled the area. When confronted about the surveillance footage on the Breakfast Club, 6ix9ine didn't even try to deny it. He admitted he was only there for 15 seconds and left quickly to avoid being shot at or even kidnapped. O-Block just ignored him, allowing him Farmora while squashing him with the surveillance clip. No need to beat him up, just clown him till he's crippled. Lil Kelpie's fake personality got him brutally checked by Almighty Suspect after he had gone viral for showing up to interviews with 2 women. Apparently, he claimed he was pimping them, and just to add to his flair, he completed his look with $ chains and fur coats. Suspect wasn't buying Kelpie's whole gimmick from the moment he walked in the No Jumper studio. He compared Kelpie's pimp costume to blackface, explaining that real street figures could spot the fake act immediately. When Kelpie tried to defend himself, Suspect kept pressing him about the whole fit, the stereotypical pimp outfit, the over-the-top chains, and the whole theatrical presentation that showed he was just a fraud. The break came when Kelpie made the fatal mistake of calling Suspect a bitch.
Fuck out of here. Fucking Ben Franklin knows who I am, bitch. Fuck out of here. No. He knows who the fuck I am. I'm getting money every day. I said Ben Franklin knows who the fuck I am, bitch. Who you calling a bitch, though? I'm calling you a bitch.
When Kelpie returned to the show later, he tried to make excuses about being too high on kratom to react properly, claiming his delayed responses were due to drugs rather than fear. The explanation only made him look worse, as real street figures don't need substances as an excuse for getting dominated in confrontations. Suge Knight versus the Stanley Brothers. The Stanley Brothers learned the hard way that disrespecting Suge Knight could result in one of the most humiliating experiences of their lives. Now the whole thing started over an $8,000 phone bill that had accumulated on the studio floor where the brothers were working. When the building owner Dick Griffey threatened to kick them out if the phone usage didn't stop, Suge went upstairs to check it out himself. Amongst all odds, he found Linwood using the phone that was reserved for calls from Harry O, Death Row's main financier who was in prison with limited phone access. Instead of apologizing, Linwood made the worst mistake of his life. "Don't be coming at me with all that gang banging. I'm not from LA," Linwood told Suge, completely ignorant of who he was dealing with. When Suge calmly explained that he ran the building, Linwood doubled down by pushing him off. Suge left the building, returned with a firearm, and proceeded to give both brothers the most degrading experience of their lives. According to court testimony, he forced them to remove their clothes at gunpoint, then beat them severely while threatening to kill them and their families. Suge ended by taking their IDs from their wallets and warned that he knew where they lived and where their mother lived. Quite the threat on just an $8,000 bill word, Peso Pluma. Peso Pluma's glorification of El Chapo and the Sinaloa cartel created one of the most dangerous clashes when the rival Jalisco New Generation cartel decided he needed to be silenced permanently. The trouble started when Peso Pluma released Siempre Pendientes with Luis R. Conriquez, a song that explicitly referenced El Chapo and his son Ivan. Lines like, "I take care of Mr. Guzman's territory" and "JGL, I carry on my arms proudly," weren't just lyrics. They were declarations of allegiance to the Sinaloa cartel's leadership. The Jalisco New Generation cartel couldn't let this disrespect slide. On September 12, 2023, just days after a festival performance, Narco Mantas appeared across Tijuana with a chilling message. Refrain from presenting yourself on October 14th, because it will be your last show due to your disrespect and loose tongue. To make it official, the banners were signed by the CJNG. Immediately, Peso canceled not just the Tijuana show, but other concerts he had planned within the United States. 6ix9ine. When 6ix9ine rolled with the 9 Trey gangster bloods, he thought his rainbow hair and loud mouth made him untouchable. He was real desperate for street cred, so he linked up with the Notorious Gang to boost his image. While some were okay with Mr. Rainbow here, others just wanted to punch him real bad. Things got crazy when a 9 Trey member by the name Harv decided 6ix9ine needed to be taught a lesson. On July 22, 2018, after filming his Feffy video with Nicki Minaj, 6ix9ine was heading home when Harv and another gang member ambushed him.
Run it, nigga. Give me everything, nigga. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car, nigga. Get in the car, nigga. Chill.
They crashed into his car from behind, then jumped out with their guns. Harv dragged him out of the vehicle, beat the life out of him, and forced him to denounce his gang on camera. The kidnapping lasted hours and was recorded, with 6ix9ine begging for his life while Harv and his gang stole his jewelry worth around $100,000. They then drove him to his house, forced him to hand over a presidential Rolex, diamond rings, and even a My Little Pony chain. When the feds eventually caught up with the 9 Trey crew, 6ix9ine instantly testified against everyone, telling the police the whole gang was in on it. Whether it was him snitching or just trying to save his head, I know he learned his lesson. Young Thug versus French Montana. Young Thug's threat to expose French Montana getting knocked out showed exactly how fake gangsters fall when real gangsters come to play.
But that nigga say he got more hits than Kendrick Lamar. Fool.
We ain't even talk about these fake ass Bugattis and fake ass houses with these pools. Showing videos of shit on your pool in front of your pool. Yeah, I got a pool, nigga. Man, motherfucker live on Slauson in LA with a pool. You ain't got them doing that, nigga. Show me a pool inside the ocean. You showing me a pool? Nigga, the smallest house in LA got a pool. Fuck.
The beef started when French claimed he could go hit for hit with Kendrick Lamar, leading to online drama that Thug couldn't resist joining. When he criticized French Montana's claim, Montana fired back by mocking Thug for wearing dresses and skirts in his music videos. It was a really low comeback, at least until Thug escalated things by threatening to release footage of French getting beaten up. French responded by offering $1 million for the alleged footage, claiming nobody had ever put hands on him.
Fake Bugattis, fake houses, pussy nigga, I still got a full computer full of your motherfucking hooks. You been on my dick since day one before you... Bro, are you talking about millions? You talking about houses and water? I wasn't even trying to show you no pool. What are you talking about, my nigga? And if me got some footage like that, tell them to show it to you. I'll give you $1 million. Show it.
Then, Thug posted a video of himself standing outside a house that French Montana used to own, basically explaining that he could have French touched whenever he wanted. French Montana quickly backed down after Thug's display, even going on Fat Joe's show to downplay the situation. The beef was squashed before anyone got hurt, but not before Thug showed that songs weren't just his strong suit. Lil Durk versus The Game. Jasker Citrusurstazendradash live clip Durks once confronted The Game at a Los Angeles club about a diss that started with Tyga's diss track Chirac to LA. The beef started when Game appeared on Tyga's track where he disrespectfully name-dropped Durk while claiming he'd never heard of Chicago rappers. When Durk's crew spotted Game at a Hollywood club, they didn't hesitate to press him face-to-face. Video footage showed both crews yelling at each other while Durk and his people made it clear they were ready for whatever Game wanted to do. Game initially tried to play the situation off, claiming the beef was done with and that everything was peaceful. However, he later gave an interview where he made the mistake of trying to diminish Durk physically, saying he was surprised by how small Dirk was in person. Dirk responded on Twitter with, "He found me LOL WTF, glad I'm not a Twitter gangster," clearing out that Game was the one who got approached, not the other way around. Charleston White versus King Harris. Ganch live clip. The beef between Charleston White and King Harris started when King was caught on camera having an altercation with his father T.I. at a Falcons game. Charleston, never one to mind his own business, hopped on live to give his words about the event. He had previously advised T.I. to discipline King, and seeing the public disrespect made Charleston feel sweet about his earlier warnings regarding the young rapper's behavior. King Harris didn't appreciate Charleston's public commentary and felt disrespected by the older man's remarks about his family. Instead of handling it privately, King decided to respond with threats, not knowing that Charleston White wasn't one bit intimidated by young rappers. Charleston didn't just threaten King back. He broke down exactly what he would do to the young man if King tried to jump him. At some point, T.I. himself had to step in and try to calm things down with him. The veteran rapper understood that his son was dealing with someone who told lies. Charleston always backed up his words with action. King Von. A weird addition to our list would be King Von's beef with Quando Rondo. This would have ended real early, but being a felon with pending legal cases meant Von wasn't allowed to carry weapons, not even to protect himself. When the clash started outside Monaco Hookah Lounge, Von immediately engaged physically with Quando Rondo. However, he hadn't accounted for Lil Tim, Quando's associate, who was carrying a weapon and ready to use it. The whole thing went from a fist fight to a shooting that left Von and two others dead. Von's death was actually really tragic, because he was trying to leave the street life behind and focus on his music. He had talent and was building a legitimate following, but old habits and street politics followed him even as he tried to go mainstream. The incident served as a reminder that no matter how tough someone's reputation is, being in the wrong place at the wrong time without proper protection can be fatal. Even real gangsters like Von aren't immune to the consequences of street politics when they're caught off guard. Lit Yoshi. Lit Yoshi's reckless campaign against NBA YoungBoy's crew showed what happens when real street gangs go too far and bring federal attention to their operations. After G-Money's death, Yoshi stepped up as TBG's primary enforcer and immediately started targeting NBA associates. His first attempt on Lil Pap in April 2020 was caught on camera, showing Yoshi and another TBG member shooting up a parking lot in broad daylight. Yoshi and his crew opened fire on a vehicle containing adults and minors, injuring multiple people but failing to hit their targets. Yoshi's biggest mistake was the Miami shooting targeting NBA YoungBoy and his girlfriend. Apparently, the shooting killed an innocent bystander and only wounded YoungBoy's girlfriend. Feds connected all the incidents through rental car records, ballistics evidence, and some surveillance clips. There was one weird detail, though. Yoshi's girlfriend had rented the vehicles used in the shootings. When police raided Yoshi's apartment, they found him inside the same vehicle used in multiple crimes, along with weapons that matched ballistics from different crime scenes. Guess he's not the best with covering his tracks. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and check out our other videos. We'll see y'all later.